All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Oh, better move the mic in front of my face. That'd probably help. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Permaslug live stream. Hope you all are doing well. How's everybody doing? We have a bunch of people already here in chat. This is super exciting. I'm stoked to see everybody. Who all do we have in chat? Let's see. So we got Taylor, Mark, Stratos, Mohammed. Let's see. Toby says, nice image for the title. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to let everybody kind of get warmed up here. And instead of me doing one of those things where there's music playing and there's, an image and stuff, I'm just going to sit here and chat for you guys for a few minutes. And we'll kind of get rolling here in a little bit. Let everybody have a chance to hop in. Shay, welcome in. Andrew, Heinrich, glad to have you back. Sahil, Abdurisak, hopefully I said your name right. Sorry. Speaking of sunny, it is not sunny outside, even though it might look like it. So if I disappear, it's probably because the power or the internet goes out at some point. Taylor says, look for that haircut. No, I just took a shower. I haven't gotten a haircut. I need one because it's like kind of ridiculously long. And Stratos probably agrees that I need a haircut as well. Jason, Metabox has many more features. Yeah, we're going to find that out today. So we'll see what we end up covering. There's this stream overlay thing. I think you guys can see this right there. So it's going to kind of give us our latest activity as far as subscribers. Well, actually not subscribers. It's going to be the members. So like Heinrich has a little badge next to his name. That's because there's that join button down over here. So if you become a member, it should pop up. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. So I'm curious to see. I don't know why all the like preview ones are still there. So we'll see what happens. John says, can I throw in an early request, custom field in Metabox, which is a date field, how to create the query in the archive template to only show records? That might be something we can do. Taylor says, does every American have a Starbucks tap in their house? I just happen to have one right down the road from me. So Marco, what's up? Glad to have you. I think I saw Elijah in the chat earlier. Hopefully he's still rolling around somewhere, lingering in the background. I'm hoping to have Kyle from the admin bar as well, but he probably is going to take a little bit of time before he can hop on. I bet he's busy this morning. He's got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Elijah says, hi, lurking. Yeah, perfect. I assume I would have heard by now, but I'm guessing everything's good audio and video wise. Just wanted to make sure before we get too far along. Love to see. Yep. Glad to have Marco and Stratos. Elijah. Is that the Infinity Gauntlet in the back? Yeah, it is. That right there is my son's piggy bank. That's a piggy bank. And then he also, somewhere over here, he has a Pikachu one. And he was cashing all his money in the other day to buy expansion packs for video games. So he was cashing in his Thanos money. How's everybody doing today? Hope you all are doing well. It's shortly after 10 a.m. my time. I know a lot of you guys are in Europe and beyond, so it's probably pretty late for you. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Should be pretty good. Hopefully you've had a good day. Sahil says, how was your day today? It's good so far. Still early. Still have a long way to go. It says no data. I think we're all right. Just making sure the stream didn't drop. Sunny in Colorado, awesome. I spent 3 weeks in Colorado this summer, which is fantastic. So hopefully it's still as beautiful there now as it was then. 5:20 p.m. Yeah, I figured a lot of you guys are in Europe. So this early morning for me works ideally for a lot of you guys as well. It's nighttime in India, yeah, I imagine. What is the current time? India, let's go with Mumbai. 8:50 p.m. Yeah, Athens. I still want to get over there. I was supposed to come to Europe this summer and last summer, but neither of those trips worked out. 4:30 heat wave in England. Yeah, for sure. Well, so the point of today's stream, as you guys probably already know by this point, is we are going to be really diving into Metabox. And the team at Metabox was kind enough to give me the full LTD license. So we're going to be able to dive into basically everything. So I'm pretty stoked to check that out. What I have so far is just an install with basically the with just a simple it's got Oxygen 3.9 Alpha 1, and then we are using MetaBox. Taylor says, are we using MetaBox? No, we're going to use something else. And if you're watching, if you can, please, before we get rolling here, drop a like on the stream. It really does help tremendously. I appreciate every single one of you guys for doing that. And we're going to get rolling here. So let me pull up the proper screen over here. I'm going to get MetaBox pulled up, and we're going to go take a look at the features page. So let me switch our screens here. So here we have MetaBox, and if you're not familiar with this, MetaBox is essentially an alternative to advanced custom fields. The thing about MetaBox is that there is, kind of like we looked at last week, a lifetime bundle option. So for those of you guys that really want an LTD, that is still available, which, as you know, advanced custom fields took away, I think it was in January of 2020. And then you should use a toolset view to render a CPT for MetaBox. That sounds great. That's a really good use case, Elijah. Very practical, super client friendly for sure. So Advanced Custom Fields took away their lifetime deal back in, I think it was January 1st of 2020. So it's been quite a while. I actually reached out to Advanced Custom Fields prior to their acquisition, and I asked them, would they be willing to do some kind of special deal for our audience, for the Permaslug audience, in hoping that maybe, they would give us like a discount or, maybe offer the LTD, but they just flat out said no. They were like, absolutely not. So I tried. So now MetaBox, quite honestly, I never looked at because it wasn't directly integrated into Oxygen, but because it is, I think it's going to be really, really great. So we'll see how this goes. Now, there are a ton of features, and I haven't explored any of them. So to be perfectly clear, I have never used MetaBox before. On Friday, when we looked at the free version, I had never installed it or even, touched it before. I was familiar with it, but I hadn't actually looked at it. So we really need to dig into the features in a little bit. Now, I do have another screen pulled up with all of the downloads, but it has my license key on it, so I'm not about to share that, unfortunately. And then there's a million of them. Front-end submissions, admin columns, I'm pretty stoked about. There's a settings page. We can create CPTs and looks like tooltips. I'm not even sure what all this stuff does, to be honest. We're going to take a look at all of it, though. So my question to you is, what are you guys most interested in taking a look at, here from the start? I'm definitely open to advice and input, so let me know. Rin, what's up, dude? Glad to have you here. We got 41 people watching. That's awesome. So let's see. I'm saving money to buy plugin. Do you have any idea how much long MetaBox LTD will stay? I have no idea how long the LTD will stay. You guys would definitely, you'd have to ask them. I'm not sure that they'll actually reveal that, but maybe, don't know. So what we're going to do actually, first of all, is, install the plugin. So I haven't even done that because I want to walk through it from the very beginning. So right now on this site, I think I have, Oxygen, and that's it. So we're going to go ahead and upload this plugin and MetaBox all in one. So we're going to install that guy real quick. I want to look at what it looks like from the very beginning, because like I said, I've never used it before. MetaBox, oh wow, okay, so it needs the base version to install. Didn't know that, so this is perfect. I am glad that we're walking through this, because now you guys can see exactly what you're gonna experience if you're a clown like me. So this says you have not set your MetaBox license key. That's fine, we're not gonna worry about that at the moment, but let's take a look here. So in our dashboard. So this dashboard looks pretty much identical to the one in the free version, except there's quite a few different, options over here on the left-hand side, which is super cool. So post types is one thing. Now you're not going to need custom post type UI, and I'm not sure that that's, I mean, I guess that's cool. If you're really going to like go gung-ho in MetaBox and you want to keep everything simple and minimize plugins, it probably is, worth doing this. Let's take a look. So the interface already looks better, to be honest. It's not as overwhelming as CPT UI is. So let's just call this one like books, and then book. And actually, I want to do books on both of them, even though I know that's not proper. I want my, well, no, I want to make my slug name books with an S. So what else can we do? You have all your labels, which is pretty much identical to CPT UI. You can pop in a description. Where does that description even pop up? It doesn't actually give me the little tooltip that I want. That's okay. So it's public, and then uppercase them. Yeah. Oh. You're right. Good call. But it didn't fix it. Maybe I need to update it. Andre says uppercase them. You're right. I'm going to ignore that for now. Where is the has archive? So that's turned on by default. So that's something in CPT UI you have to enable every single time, which is kind of annoying, but has archive is turned on, which of course, if you're using Oxygen, you almost certainly want that to be on. The other thing that's cool is you also have the ability to change the icon right here in the dashboard instead of having to go over to the WordPress dash icon thing. And these are all visible right in front of you. So we called ours books. So maybe, is there a book? Yeah, there is. We'll just choose that. And then everything else looks pretty similar. You can turn on all of these standard core features. Taxonomies, you can attach this to a taxonomy, and that works for now. So cool. And then you could create a taxonomy. We could call this like, I don't know. Stratos says you saved 1 second as compared to installing CPT UI. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about with dash icon? Because CPT UI is definitely something I use on almost every single site. So if you, like I said, went in full bore with Metabox, it might make sense for you. It's hard to say exactly what would be best. So why isn't this stream overlay thing gone away? So that stuff is, I want to figure this out real quick. This is new for me. So those things up there are like placeholders. Why would a placeholder thing pop up on the stream? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that right now. The archive checkbox. What are you talking about, Stratos? Archive. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not that much time, but it's all good. And then you can also create taxonomies, which again, you can do in CPT UI. Interface looks exactly the same. So I don't know exactly what you would call this, but what would be, I guess, like a category. So we would just go book categories or something like that. We can just publish that guy. And that is going to create us, which it's not there because we have to attach it to the post type of book or books. So now we have our book categories. Cool. So I definitely think that this is just a ease of use kind of thing. It's probably not that transformational, especially if you're comfortable with CPT UI. But like I said, if you're going to go full on with Metabox, it's kind of neat. So now the real meat and potatoes of this is our custom fields. So let's go with a custom field group. We would probably need, I'm gonna just continue with this books example, and we're just gonna call this book fields. So this is just like ACF, where this field group title is essentially only for the back end, so it makes no real difference on the front end. Taylor says similar to ACF extended. Yes, absolutely. You're totally right. So we would probably, oh, that's nice. I actually like this drop down here. And, oh, yeah, it shows on stream. Cool. This is much easier to use, I think, because you can get to so much. Yeah, I think I like this better than the big drop down in ACF. So in any case, I just want a simple text field. And this is a lot of stuff for one field. I guess it's exactly the same. It just feels a bit less familiar. So this label, we would just call this book field author. The type is text, label description. Let's just say input the book author here. I'm not sure exactly where this stuff is going to pop up. Size of input box required, read only, predefined, clonable. So are these clonable fields essentially repeaters, because I saw that you could clone any field multiple times. I'm curious how that works in Oxygen. We should totally take a look at that. So maybe sometimes books do have multiple authors, so that might actually be kind of a cool example here. So add more text. Number of clones. Let's go with 3. Clonable is equal to a repeater, says Jason. Awesome. So clone as multiple. What does that do? Save clones in multiple rows in the database. I don't know if we would want to do that. Let's just leave that alone for now. So our columns here, is this going to be how wide it is in a 12-column grid? It is, yeah. So maybe let's go with 6, or maybe even 3, since we can duplicate this 3 times. And then what does tooltip do? It adds tooltips to your custom fields. When users mouse over, it shows custom help information. Oh, that's kind of cool. Seems pretty self-explanatory, so we won't worry about that for now. Then what other field would we need? Maybe like a year. Let's try a date field. So let's go date picker. And this one is going to be book published, good Lord, published date. There we go. Label description. When was this book published? And I'm going to actually put this in input description. Let's just say like month, day, year. And I know all my European friends are screaming at me right now. Okay. What does inline do? Displays the date picker inline with the input. Do not require to click the input field to trigger the date. Let's see. We're going to set this to required as well. Date picker options. What is this? A key value pair. Okay. Clonable. We're not going to set that as clonable. Our columns we're going to leave at 12, and that's fine. So let's go ahead and just take a look at this. We have our 2 fields here. We just have author and book published dates, and then we need to apply it somewhere. Day goes first. Yeah, I know, Taylor. All right. I'll do it for you guys. I'm going to confuse myself, though. So when I am confused later why it's not working properly, remind me. That's what I did. But I don't actually see the save format. Is that it? Custom format, so PHP date. So where is the format? I wonder what it does by default. I can't recall. I would want it like let's see. What's the PHP for that? So there's a save format. Is it, I always forget. Isn't it just like Y? I guess that's for the year only. PHP date format. I just want an example. Give me an example. YMD, is that all you need to do? Let's try it. I'm going to run with it. And then we need to apply this somewhere. So our post type, we're going to change this to our books, the one that we created just a minute ago. Advanced location rules, so you can combine the conditions just like you can in ACF. Toggle rules, what does toggle rules do? Show if any of the conditions match. So, oh, I don't know if you can do this in ACF, but you could essentially set further conditions with taxonomies. Is a child post? That's pretty cool. We don't really need that in our case here. Position will be after content or side. That's pretty cool. Priority is high. I have no idea what priority would be. Collapsed by default. Tab style, again, no idea what that is. Default box and left, we'll leave that alone. And another key value pair. Okay, we're just going to publish this and go look at what it looks like. All right, so if we add a new book, and I am not about to use this, I'm going to put on Classic Editor. It really frustrates me the way that Gutenberg looks. especially when I'm trying to work with custom fields. And okay, so input book author here. So I set that to the 3-column width. So I would just go J.K. Rowling. We're going to go with Stephen Fry. And what's another author? We'll go with Elijah Mills. Okay. And then book published date, we're going to just change this to 2017. We're going to go May 2nd, 2017. So I changed the description here. So that's just the description. That's not the actual output date. So there you go, Elijah. It actually does it for you. So you get your year, your month, and your day in that format. So that's cool. I actually wish, though, that these were side by side. That's kind of what I was envisioning. All 3 of these. Yeah, Taylor, typically you would want a new post for each author, but I'm just saying, like, in this example case, this book was written by all 3 of these people, is what I'm saying, like the best book ever written. And then we'll set a featured image. And what's the most applicable photo for a book? Let's say this one. That'll work. Elijah is an author. Here's our book categories over here on the right-hand side. So this was the taxonomy that we created. Let's just call this like fiction. There we go. Mohammed says you can use columns in setting for side-by-side function. Ah, okay. Let's go take a look at that. So now we have some fields created there. So back to MetaBox, we had our custom fields, our book fields, and then on our author, let's see, so columns. You can use columns in settings. Isn't that what I did? Maybe it's because I used the clonable feature? I don't know. It's not that important, but in ACF what you can do is just set the width of a field, and if there's 3 of them, you would set 33, 34, and 33% width, and then they just all kind of line up perfectly, which took me a while to wrap my head around, but it became so obvious after that, and it's actually something I use fairly often. It just helps organize your field groups so they're not all just like full width, all the way down the page. So that's kind of what I was thinking. It's for the whole field, not for the repeater. Got it. That makes sense. So then let's just change that back to columns of 1 so it goes to full width. Okay, so we now have this book. I want to go take a look at what this book looks like. Let's go get some taco ipsum. Let's go. There we go. Perfect. We'll take all 3 paragraphs. Let's see, our book is here. Toss in that taco ipsum. Close out all these guys. And now really what I'm doing here is I just wanted to look at some of these fields and then go see how it works on the front end in Oxygen. And then we'll come back and really dig into more of the fields and all the other settings in MetaBox. So now we will create an Oxygen template for our singular book. Singular. So singular type of books. And publish this guy. And edit with Oxygen. Yes, he sure did, Taylor. You're totally right. Yo, so will somebody either become a member or drop a super chat so we can get these fake people out of this corner up there? Because we have 5 current members on Permaslug here on the YouTube channel, which is amazing. So I wanted to see if that actually works in real time. Because you should get a dancing guy above my head, and then there should also be your name will stay up there until it's like the most recent 5 people that kind of turn over up there. Let's see, what do we got going on the stream here? So we got 40 people watching. Yeah, perfect. I need to get that GIF of myself so I can replace the like GIF that will play above my head. So you'll see in a minute if something comes through there. All right. So on this singular template, I am just going to pop in. John, there is a join button down here below the video. So it says like join, and then it should say like subscribe if you're not already subscribed. But if you do that join, it's like a $5 a month thing. And then you'll pop up on the screen. So you'll be the first person to pop up on an overlay. I wanted to test and see if that worked. It works in the like demo, but oh, well, there's that too, Taylor. There's the super chat, which is like, you can basically send like a paid message that'll pop up on screen. Toby says we're missing 22 thumbs up. Let's see. Yes, we are. If you're watching, please drop a like on the stream. Totally free, and it helps out massively. Okay, so we're going to keep rolling here. So I'm going to pop in a heading, and let me make sure I have desktop audio on so that the thing actually pops in. There we go. So this heading, we would just insert our post title like you always do in Oxygen. And error occurred while rendering shortcode. 404? What? Huh? What did I do wrong? Why would I get a 404 there? That's so weird. What? What am I doing wrong? Previewing something weird. Yeah, this post still published? Go back to admin, save your CPT and permalinks. Oh. Yeah. Thanks. This is a blank install, and like I said, I hadn't changed anything, so I hadn't changed permalinks, which would have happened on a typical like client-facing install. So that was probably it. Cool. I noticed I had to save permalinks a lot when using Metabox. Okay, that's good to know. It's not something I typically have to do, even though like that's most of. There we go. It worked right away. It was permalinks. Okay, cool. John, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Welcome, dude. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. So it should pop up on screen here in a second. There it is. That's so awesome. It works. That's so sick. And then you can see, well, actually, if I switch back right here, now there's you, John, right there. Woo! Sweet. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate that. You are member number 6. Super awesome. Okay. So, Rin, I know, isn't that amazing? We're going to have to actually design like a me version, like a me dancing right there instead of some like captain dude. Let's see the emoji. Yeah, John, so you get a bunch of emojis as well, so I'll drop these in chat. You get access to all the custom emojis as well. And those are all designed by Ren. She's up here in the chat. Y'all holla at Ren. Holla! Okay. So what else we got? Let me come back over here. Cito! Hello! Stratos is great. I agree. Stratos and Kevin and James and all the other Oxygen content creators, like I always forget how to say his name. Kraka Undoro. I always want to say it's Undoro, but I don't think that's right. Ton of great Oxygen content creators. And that was, who else was in here? Jason as well. So yeah, plenty of other Oxygen people to subscribe to as well. Yeah, so that's 7 members now. Super awesome. All right, our other fields. I always want to go, I'm looking for ACF in this sidebar, but I've got to stay with Metabox. That's like a brain habit I have to flip. Cito, welcome. Don't forget you guys get access to the custom emojis as well, so you can look super cool. Okay, So our other fields here, we had a date field and just a simple text field. So these should just allow us to pop it in through dynamic data, just like an ACF field. I actually do, and I definitely am going to turn on that option in our field group here to minimize them. I wonder if that's in the admin or the backend though, actually. Because I don't really like the fact that they open up and there's just so many things on them. And position, I want this to be, oh, you can even do before post title, which you can't do in ACF. Let's look at that. I'm curious how that looks. Ooh. It's kind of hideous. Maybe it's just my install. That is not, that doesn't look good. So after post title, I guess. Maybe that looks better. Maybe there's some weird thing going on there. Oh yeah. Well, no, there's some CSS thing going on here. That's really odd. Either way, I do want it to be after the post title. I think that's where it kind of makes the most sense, especially for clients, because it's like input the post title, input the fields, and publish. Makes it pretty straightforward. So now what we're going to do is, like always, featured image as our background. We'll go top 50%. We're going to make this heading white. And then we'll pop in another section here. You set it to one column, should change it. Oh, you're right, John. Good call. That was my fault. Columns is 12. Book published date is also 12. Perfect. So then now, if we update this bad boy, there we go. Okay, that was it. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that, John. Okay, so we would have our content, our taco ipsum, and then we would have our book written by. I'd probably put this up in the heading here, in the header. So we would go with text, and I wonder how this is going to work with 3 different fields for these authors. So, oh, separator if field is cloned, awesome. So that's built right in. So I would just go comma, and then a space. I wonder if you could do a line break. Can you do just like a BR tag and make them like stack? That'd be dope if you could. Okay, so there is our text. That is super cool. I really like that. And I'm just gonna make this bigger so we can actually see it. I'm gonna try this with the BR tag since Elijah just said it should work. So, isn't it /BR? Yeah, woo! Let's go! That's awesome. So in ACF, if you use like a checkbox field, which we're going to test here in a second, if you use a checkbox field, it puts everything on the same line. Like if you select multiple checkboxes in the back end, then you do it on the front end, it just all smushes together and there's no way to kind of merge them. So let's go create a checkbox field. So this is going to be, is it select? Can you make the donation overlay a bit smaller? Oh yeah, it is kind of in the way. Let me hold on one second. I will be able to fix this. 1 second. Maximum event. Where is it? Let's go with 240, and then let's see. If I save this here, does it refresh? Maybe even might need to just move it out of the way. I wonder if there's a way to like set opacity. Actually, yeah, let's do that. We're gonna go with 60. Save. Okay, cool. So yeah, you can kind of see through it there. Good call, Ingo. Appreciate that. Elijah says if it doesn't already work in ACF in 3.9, we'll probably add the same separator support. Okay, cool. Well, that's perfect. So what I wanted to do now was checkbox field. So I'm assuming it's going to be a select field. Oh, there it is right there. It's checkbox. I'm a clown. If I just use my eyeballs, I could see it. So let's just write something like, I don't know, like style This will be our name. I don't really care about the ID. I'm glad it generates something that's like really unique instead of like an ACF. It just makes the label the ID, which I don't think it ever really causes problems, but I'm just like, I don't know, seems like this makes more sense. We're gonna make this required. Show as an admin column, that is cool. How do you... Oh wait, this is just a single checkbox, is it? Checkbox list. Oh, okay, okay. Like I told you guys, this is all new for me. All right, so here is our choices. Style of book is what I'm going to call this field, so it's a little bit more clear. So our choices will be like history, education, art, writing, storytelling. I just want some options in here. So what does inline do? I'm assuming it makes all of our, yeah, there we go. Checkboxes on a single line. Toggle all. Clonable, we don't need clonable. Then update. Until you run into a search plugin. Yeah, not sure about all that. So saving, and we gotta probably refresh, I'm assuming, since we were in Oxygen before that checkbox field was created. Okay. So let's just pop this above our text. I actually, just for the sake of example, I'm gonna pop in a new section here, and we're gonna add in a heading. This guy might be an H3, and we'll call this like style of book. Then just pop in a simple text field, insert, meta box field, style of book, return value or label. Since I didn't specify one, it should just be label if I'm not mistaken. So separator of BR, insert that bad boy. And I guess it's value because I'm a clown. Value, BR, insert, and oh, I didn't actually select anything on my book. I'm an idiot. There we go. Let's go with history, art, and storytelling. And that's weird how the box like expands in width when you check it. Cool. Now, if I save, I wonder if I have to refresh again. got ahead of myself. Yeah, good call, John. I realized that after. Okay, there we go. So there it is. So can you, I guess you wouldn't really be able to change the tags on these to something like LI, which would be pretty cool, but that's probably okay. I think that's really sweet though. So you could either do it with the BR tag, or you could just simply go with, I'm assuming I need value again, just a comma separator like that. So cool. Yeah, and since Elijah said that's probably going to be coming to ACF2, that kind of solves that problem, but that is perfect. So that is super easy. Very, very easy. All right. So what are some of the other fields in here that are of interest? So we'll get to relationship fields later on, so don't worry about that. Radios work in ACF. I'm assuming it's probably going to be exactly the same thing. What does a select advanced field do? I wonder what the difference is. Multiple. I guess you can select multiple. Drop down with search. Ah, okay, says Jason. Sweet. So let's just pop in some examples. I just want to look at what that field actually looks like in the back end. Oh, cool. Okay. That's pretty neat. So if you have a massive list of stuff, I don't know exactly what you would have there. Maybe like, I don't know. That's hard to say in a book example, but yeah, you can just search and press enter. That's sweet. I like that a lot. That's really cool. That field is not available in ACF as far as I'm aware. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this because that one doesn't serve us any purpose at the moment, but I wanna explore some of these other ones. So you can have a hidden field. That might be useful for inputting data into an Oxygen template you don't want somebody to manipulate in the back end. So we have an autocomplete, and then background. What does a background do? Is that just an image field? Can attach before and after. Is that the pseudo element? I wish that these were actually like clickable tooltips. Use case could be for locations like of stores. Yeah, totally. You're right. All right. Daytime field set, Google Maps. I want to play with that and see if that works in WP Grid Builder as well. It'd be great if you can do that, because I assume it probably also returns the lat long like ACF does. Image field with colors too. What's that? I don't know what that is. And let's see here. I'm going to keep scrolling here. So image select, is that like a gallery? Let's try image select. I want to see what that is. Test 1, 2, 3. Yo, what up, Luke? Welcome, dog. I'm going to do the slash wave emoji. It's actually not slash wave. It's like colon underscore wave colon, which is a little bit messy. Let's go with the multiple select here. Does the image select field just give you the like an image field on the front end? Oh, cool. That's actually extremely tight, because you could do something like give people a set selection of images to pick from for a given spot. That's actually super dope. I don't really have an idea yet off the top of my head what you would use that for, but where do you actually put in the images? Is it here in your choice? Do you have to put like the image tag or something? How does this work? Meta box. Do they have a search? Yeah. So image select. Category icons. Yep. Category icons is another one, Marco. Totally. Maybe you have to look at the actual docs. So what kind of field was that? That is in, is it advanced? Advanced and, oh, fields. Okay. So image select. Colors like in products, that could work. Nuno, hello, welcome in. Array of value, image URL. Okay, so you would just go like test, and then can you just take any image URL directly out of your, I wonder if you can just use the full URL. But yeah, probably media library ID number as well. That probably would work, Eric, you're right. So if I update that and refresh, we should see that image selectable now. Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. So you just simply type in the name of the selection, which actually I don't even think matters. Is it, unless it's hovered? No, it's just kind of for your purposes in the back end. But to Eric's point, I want to see this image ID is 73. So what happens if we just take this and we just type 73? I wonder if you would have to put any kind of like quotations around it. I'm just going to do it because I bet you probably do. Let's see. Does that work? No. I wonder if it's no apostrophes, quotes, whatever those things are called. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's not that bad though. I'm not mad at having to, oh, ID 73. But see, there's already the separator there. Let's see. Yeah, that doesn't work. Like I was going to say, I'm not actually all that mad at having to use the file URL. I mean, it's not that hard. There's a copy to URL to clipboard right there. And just simply pasting that in. I want to see what all these look like if I just pop in a few images. I think that would look really cool. And you could use icons. I'm trying to think when I might have used this in a real client site. There was a site we were working on recently. Yeah, you're right, Eric. Worth exploring for sure. That's the whole point of this stream, is exploratory. There was a client site we worked on recently where on the homepage they had like a bunch of different sort of fields they needed to be able to manipulate with like an icon and like an image link and all kinds of stuff like that. So this would have been an example where we could have made this so user-friendly in the back end. Does relative path work? Ask Taylor. Let's try it. So pop that guy out and that guy out. Let's see if that works. It's funny, I made it so these fields are collapsed, and it's kind of annoying when I'm refreshing this all the time. So I might go back and change that. So yes, the relative URL path does work. So that's perfect. That's really neat. I like that a lot. Now I wonder what happens in Oxygen with this image select. Let's go ahead and fill out all 4 of these with some photos and see what ends up happening on the front end. I don't want that one because that's our featured image. We're gonna take this one of the waves because that looks cool. So 3. All right, and then let me make sure that this book has all of them. I need to select something. Luke says, did you end up buying Metabox, Jonathan? They were actually kind enough to give me a license for use for reviews and videos and this very purpose. So they did provide me with one, which is fantastic. So thank you very much, Metabox team. So I have these 2 images selected. Let's update this guy. And then in Oxygen, we need to refresh. And let's see how this looks on the front end. So I wanted to give a shout out to you 7 members. Luke and 4 other people became members last time we did a stream, last week. Heinrich and quite a few others. And then today we have 2 new members, which is fantastic. So thank you guys. If you haven't already, drop a like on the stream for me. I sincerely appreciate that, and it helps a lot. Luke says, must be nice being a hotshot. I asked and they said sure, so I was happy to do it. And I wanted to do this anyway, so it just works out perfectly. All right, we got 50 people watching. Oh yeah! I do this, I think I said this on stream last time, just in like my general life and also in videos and on stream and stuff. I'm trying to be like more me, like if you saw me in real life, like who I would be, And my best friend and I are always being like, yeah, rocker hands. So that's why we have the rocker hands emoji in the chat. All right, back to my point. Where was I? What was I doing? I forget. Oh, the image select thing. Taylor says, so we need 5K subs to get a license. Yeah, maybe so. Let's see. Mohammed says single image for an image and image advanced for gallery. Okay, cool. We'll look at the gallery here in just a little bit. So, excuse me. It's worth trying, Stratos. There's no harm in it. An image. If I use a single image, I'm assuming this is not going to work. Yeah, it doesn't even give me the option. So then, can I just use a text element? Image select, separator, we'll just, I guess, add a comma. So it gives me the value. Would I need to go query, Metabox group? There's no group. What would I need to do? So an image doesn't work. It's not a Metabox group. Do you have to use a code block for this? It probably was my look, you're right. I just have such luscious locks they couldn't resist. What would we do here? I'm assuming If field has multiple values, then each value in a single row in the database with the same meta key. Add post meta. Only put the links in the field lines? Huh? Since I'm a PHP noob, I'm assuming in this template, this is what we would need to use. To get the field value, use the following code. Taylor says, secretly, Jonathan told me he had to give them his secret formula for his silky hair. It's just conditioner. Just condition that stuff, dude. That's all it takes. I'm telling you. So I'm assuming we need to get our code block here. This is going to take some fumbling, so forgive me in advance. So our value is our field ID. So ID, I'm assuming we need to pop in right here. And then our echo. RWMB meta. Is there something else I need to do here? So the reason why I was doing that is it says you can both value and label. So needs to be a string. Taylor, tell me what that means. Remove the in front of the field ID. Line 2. So is it just going to be echo that? Field name, you said add array, yay, array, yay. Which puppy in quotes? Thank you guys for your patience. Isn't that it? So then why does it give me an array? Because I need to do something with that array, right? You'll need the loop through to access the array. Sounds like a tutorial for Taylor. But it's so cool. No, you haven't missed the whole thing. We're still here. Is it var dump like that? Am I adding that in? Yeah, that's as you guys know, not gonna be something I'm fiddling with. So, what does the gallery look like in relation to MetaBox now? Wonder if I can take the MetaBox field ID. This is the kind of hacky shit that I would do. It don't work. No. Bummer. I'll go back to my code block for you, Taylor. Where's my code block? There's my code block. So var dump var and dump. Oops. I'll put it up here. Expects at least one term. Don't need echo. Got it. Appreciate you guys helping me. This is cool. It's slow and definitely not the ideal way to do this, but I'm interested in trying it. I'd really like to get this to work because I feel like I would use this on real sites. That would be great. I'm sure people are dropping off. They're like, what the hell am I watching? This is stupid. Watching this guy fumble around. Ah, okay. All right, so that's what we're looking for. So tell me, people of the internets, what shall we do now? I am very interested. I want to make this work. Taylor has been doing streams on Twitch where he's like coding in real time. That makes me want to die of a heart attack. Let's see, what is it? Twitch.tv/tdrason. All right. Just sip coffee. Does Metabox give you the option to return the URL? Let's look. Validation, custom settings. Yeah, like in ACF, you can change the return value. Is that what you're talking about? That's what I did look at. This is also new. See more details and field types in left page section fields optional. Need the collab plugin. Dude, let's do it. Thanks, Stratos. See you later. Taylor, let's see. I don't have the like, what is that one service called? That'd actually be sick. Let's do that. Let's do that. Are you down, Taylor? I'd love to have you on. I could give you a call on Discord. We could play with that. Those. Yeah, I have a license key for it. I just have never set it up, is my point. I'm not like, I don't have that one service. All right, let's see. Let me pop out of Oxygen real quick. I'm going to switch over here. I'm going to go with plugin collab. This is going to be really tight if this works. Yeah, Pusher is it. You're right. So I've been meaning to make a video on this collaboration plugin for a while, and I will do this. Aether. This is going to be really tight. We can actually get something done for once. Okay. Collaboration. Where is my license? Thank you guys for holding on. Don't leave. Please don't leave. Please. Please. Don't do it. Collaboration. Where is my license? There it is. Yeah, totally. I am hopefully not going to expose all of my invaluable license information, but essentially, let me, if I can bring it back over here, which evidently I cannot. Here we go. So the collaboration plugin is from dPlugins, and they're the ones that make like Swiss Knife and a couple of other things. And the collaboration plugin means you can work in Oxygen with multiple people active, whether it's in the same template or across multiple pages or whatever. And yeah, so this is where it ends up. So it installs this dPlugins framework, and the collaboration looks like this. You have to get a Pusher app ID, which as far as I'm aware is pretty much free up to a certain point, but I think most of us are never going to reach that. So the Pusher app ID, let's go take a look at this guide. You can reuse the pusher API app keys on multiple WordPress installs. Okay, so we'll go ahead and sign up. This is definitely, let me switch this over here real quick so I can sign up without it showing up on stream. Password, sign up. Please click the link in your email. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do that. Let me in. Okay, email was confirmed, and of course it didn't save my password, which is great. That's exactly what I wanted. There we go. Okay, so now if I can get this back over here. So it says, navigate to channels, dashboard, create app, and select a cluster. We'll just name this here. Our Ohio, I think, is going to be closest to me. Yeah, it is. So US East. And then select a cluster, create the app. We're just going to go to app settings. Oh, I almost fell off my own chair. Enable client events. Enable client events. Click update to save the changes. Navigate to app keys. And here are my keys, which I'm exposing to all you guys, which is amazing. I'll just delete that later. App keys, Aether, collaboration, and fill in all the settings with the pusher API keys. Okay, so app ID is this guy. So app ID, pusher key, app key, and then our secret is this guy, and our cluster is US2, and you would just pop that in, save. Okay, so then is it working? I'm gonna go delete those in a second. I don't actually know if it's working, but I am going to take this out of here. We're going to go over here to pusher and app keys, create new secret. There we go. All right, so app key, and then app ID. So that's the setup. Nice and easy. Okay, so now I can bring this back over yonder. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Appreciate you guys having patience. This is going to be legit, I promise you. 1 second. Un momento, por favor. Okay. Key. Secret. Bye, Mark. Thanks. Yeah, Taylor, this is going to end up on live stream fails, so let's do this. Okay. So, I'll close out of this. Bring this back over. We'll go here. And then, let's see. What else do I got to do? So, open this guy. Administrator. I just sent you a message, Taylor. Appreciate you guys being patient with this. This is going to be worth it. This is all in the name of getting some cool stuff for Metabox to work. And we can watch this happen in real time, which is going to be dope. Yeah, Alan, you're right. I was thinking about adding music, and I actually have the perfect one, so I will pop that in here. Actually, so let's do this. I'm going to do this here. So let me change my... Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing, Taylor. Probably need to change my OBS desktop volume a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Let me know what the volume is like. So this is my brother's ambient music. I've shared this before. It's really like just mellow and chill. Messing with the volumes a little bit. And Taylor, I sent you a login for that site, so let me know. Okay. So now, let's go to our template, which is right here. All right, so I am in now, and I probably need to refresh since we have the collaboration plugin installed. So let's see. Lee, we are working on that right now, actually. So we're gonna take this array. Oh, I didn't save it, no! No! Where did it go? So, actually, this is tight. So this is perfect. Let me switch over here so I can see. I need to move myself out of the way. If we look right here, this collaboration thing down here tells us what's going on. So this will tell us when Taylor connects, and it'll show you who is where and what they're doing, you know, what they're working on, whether it be a page or a template or whatever. So that is really cool. Let's see. I am in the template, he says. Let's see. So we should be able to see him working in real time, unless, did I do something wrong? I wonder if you kind of need to like go in and out. We should be able to see him making changes in real time. Right? I believe that's the case. Where you at, dog? Doesn't look like it's connecting. Should be green light. Oh, okay. We have Marco in here too. So I wonder if I made a mistake with the pusher stuff. It says 2 connections. So I wonder if I need to get out of the template and back in. So we'll pop back in here. Yeah, because it does have the orange guy. I wonder why it's not connecting for me. Does it show the green for you, Taylor? I wonder what I did wrong. I would like to know. Let's see here. No, it's okay, so it's probably a mistake on my end. Let me go double check all the keys and stuff. I appreciate all your patience on this, everybody. I really do think this is going to be really cool when we can get it working. So just a second for me, guys and gals. So it shows 3 connections. I do think this is working. I'm just gonna update the keys real quick because I want to make sure that I didn't make a mistake somewhere else. Just enabled it. Is there something, did I forget like an enable checkbox, Taylor? I'm not gonna do what I was changing here just to be sure. Do 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 do. Sup? What's up, Jay Barrios? I enabled debug. Oh, okay. I'm gonna save these keys real quick, just to be sure. I swear this will be worth it. Especially for any of you guys that were interested in this collaboration plugin, because I think it's sweet. Yeah, you can do that, Taylor. Go ahead. Go ahead and swap that stuff out. I, real quick, while we're waiting here, am gonna run to the bathroom. Perfect downtime. All right, so I'm gonna move myself back down yonder, somewhere over here for now. That'll work. And I'm just gonna run away for a second, so I'll be right back. You guys get to see my hideous chair and my floor that you don't normally get to see because I wanna keep the music playing, so I'll be right back. I'm back. All right. Let's see. I'm back. Let's go. It's working. Okay, so I got to refresh. Welcome back. Woohoo! Let's do this. So now I should be able to refresh. Let's take a look. This should connect now. Right? Ah, yes. Sweet. Okay. So I don't know if I'm exposing other... Oh, no. Moving the wrong thing. Webcam. Move it up. All right, so here we go. This is what I was talking about earlier, where I was saying that you can see who is editing what. So Taylor is editing this same template, and so am I. So he should be able to make changes in real time. So Taylor changed something, and we should be able to see this on my screen here. So here's my hands. I'm going to wait a second and let him make a change. Waiting patiently. I'm waiting. Still waiting. It says connected for me. Yeah, it says connected for me too. Make a change. Make a change. What'd you do? I'm the one not connected? I thought it showed in real time. So it should be green. Okay. Maybe I just have to get like fully out of the template and back in. Yeah, I need a green light. You're right about that. Oh, Could it be one of these like browser extensions? This is so weird. Yeah, Jason, that's what we're trying to set up right now is this plugin from dPlugins. So we kind of got off the rails a little bit here, but I think it's going to be worth it once we can get back to that. What? I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? Surely there's something that I'm missing. Can you see me typing? You can see my changes at least. Rin, so yeah, I appreciate you saying that. This is my brother's ambient music. So he has a project he calls Cliff Diver. So it's cliffdiverambient.com or .bandcamp.com. And this is one of the albums. This is my favorite. It's really, really good. Marco says, can you try login incognito without extensions? Yes, I will, sir. All right, so let me switch over here. Logging in, copy that password, bam. And then we'll log into this template. And can't see my screen, but the incognito one still says orange, but it shows me in there. So maybe my computer is jacked. I broke it somehow. That's super weird. Anyway, I don't think that that's all that important, right? Because we should be able to see what Taylor's doing anyway, right? Let me check my thing here. I get a bunch of mixed content warnings, and then failed to load resources, error, cert, date, and valid is what I get. But it's a placeholder, yeah, nothing crazy. Okay, let's just do that, Taylor. Let's rock and roll, dude. So what I wanted, my whole point here, let me go all the way back. So if there's anybody here that has joined in the last like 20 minutes, you'll have probably been extremely confused with me fumbling around and making no sense whatsoever. But essentially what I'm trying to do is something that is apparently going to require some custom code. So we have this sweet MetaBox image select field here, which I think is going to be really handy for a lot of different things. And the idea is that we have to write some code here to make this work. So because I'm seeing Taylor's changes, but I'm not like fully connected, I'm wondering if I can click the code block and I see what he's working on. So Taylor, go ahead and clean up this stuff. Like you can get all these example things out of the way and then hop in that code block. I want to see if I can see your changes. Maybe you can't see mine, but that's okay. And from what I understand, this should all be real time. So I have to refresh every time. Maybe. Wonder if I see it on the front end. Well, no, because you'd have to save for me to see that. So I do actually have a Mac laptop, but it's a piece of junk. It's a 2015, and I'm not like, it's just super slow. All right, I'm gonna try to call Taylor. No, you should see live changes, but you're still not connected. Yeah, I don't understand why I'm not connected either. I went in incognito and it made no difference. So I wonder if it's something on my computer, but I can't envision what that would be. So I'm just curious what happens if I try to refresh and see, because I think Taylor's busy tippy typing away over there. Yeah, Daniel, me too. Got that 2015 Retina 13-inch. Doesn't have enough RAM or enough storage, but I refuse to buy the current ones. Taylor, do you have caching or anything? Is it varnish cache in Cloudways? Am I that much of an idiot? And of course, Cloudways like times out. So frustrating. That's the thing about live streams, is it's about as raw as it can get. So you see all of this stuff in real time. I'm going to be so upset if it's varnish cache, but I also am going to be stoked because we'll have solved it. Okay, so varnish cache is disabled. So I'm going to refresh now and try to see if it works. Switch to grid pane. Yeah, I know. I've thought about it, but I've just been with Cloudways for so long and I've been mostly happy that it's been fine. It's just still not connecting. Yeah, it gets me all the time, Luke. I totally agree. Okay, I am going to do this. Let's go with our... I'm just going to turn this off real quick. If you refresh, you should see my code block, says Taylor. Okay, I'll just leave that alone for the moment, and Marco and myself and Josh can work that out later. Sorry, Taylor. I just did something dumb. I want to look and see, though. I just did something. Let's see. Okay, so here's the code block. So now... Yeah, they should be, yeah. Just to be clear, this something is wrong on my end, and the changes that Taylor is making in real time are not reflecting to me, which is not how the plugin works, because I have tested it, and it updates in real time between browsers without refresh. So we definitely are getting a little bit closer. So this is an additional plugin. This is not native to 3.9. The collaboration plugin is a paid plugin, which I'll be doing a video on in the future. But yeah. So Taylor, now that you have this, you're echoing the image with this BR tag, and we're getting this 1 and 3. So if we come back over to our fields, we have these guys, that 1 and 3. Let's see. Oh, Taylor's on it. Okay. So he's kind of testing this a little bit. I'm just going to go to the front end and take a look here. I wonder if it's some other extension. I am going to just uncheck all these other extensions. Let's go just turn these off. I'm going to turn off that. I'm just going to turn off basically everything. And then I will refresh. There's no cheap alternative to grid pane because it's one of the best. So you pay for one of the best. So I turned off everything except for LastPass, and I still don't connect. So let me go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to turn off Google Docs. So now I don't have any extensions at all. I don't think that would make any difference, though, because I already tried it incognito, and it didn't make any difference. Yeah. That's so odd. Well, I'm sorry, guys. This is not working at all how I anticipated it to go. But Taylor's making progress here, so he's at least got the image sources almost coming through. So we'll see here in just a minute what he comes up with. Taylor, let me know if I can do anything for you. In the front end, there it is. Sweet. So there's one of them. And then there's the second one, which is somewhat broken. But it looks like you would have to still style this manually. So quite honestly, this is not exactly the most user-friendly thing. As you can see, it's taken us, oh my God, how long has this taken us? Way, way, way too long. So this is probably a situation for a future tutorial. Mohammed says, image select is like you can use with emojis in backend and put respectively on front end. Yeah, totally. That would be a bunch of different use cases for that. So I'm going to let Taylor keep going with this, and I am going to come back to the admin dashboard, and let's keep playing with MetaBox. So I don't know if it's going to let me into these custom fields because he's in this book field group. He says refresh. There we go. Much smaller now. I'm going to refresh on the back end here because I just kind of want to see some of the changes he's making. Okay, so he added an image class here, and I'm assuming he popped in some CSS. Yep. So Mohammed says single image and image advanced is most useful fields for image type. Yeah. Sweet. I wanted to play with the gallery field. Changes are coming from MetaBox itself. There it is. Yeah. So let's keep rolling here. I've wasted a bunch of your time with these other fields. So we're just going to create a new field group and we'll call this image fields. I'm going to quickly stick this on our books post type, and then we are going to try our single image, and then what was the other one Mohammed said? Image advanced. So we'll just type in image. I'm going to pop in single image. What's the difference between image and single image? That doesn't seem like it would make all that much sense. Let's say this one is required, and then we will just pop in our image advanced field. So doesn't seem like there's a whole lot for us to do here. Max number of files is probably what you would want. Image lets you upload from your device. Oh, okay, okay. Jason says, I found the most use out of single images. That's what I've used for gallery and made the single image clonable. Image lets you upload from your device, no media library. Okay, cool. So we just popped in 2 image fields. So I'm gonna go take a look at what those look like. And where did I put that? It's down here. Let me go fix that. We're gonna put this after post title so we can actually see what we're working on. So here's our image field. So our single image, which would be this guy. Thanks, Andrew. I was starting to feel bad because we went so far off the rails and I wasn't actually doing anything. So I apologize about that, but I'm glad you guys are still getting value out of it, at least to some degree. If you haven't already, please drop a like on the stream. That'd be awesome. Really appreciate that. And then our image advanced, can we just select multiple? Yeah, sweet. So now we have a single image field and an image advanced field. We can do up to 12 files, and it actually tells you how many you have, which is great. And we can drag these guys around. And then we should just be able to take the Oxygen Gallery element, just like we have in ACF, and pop these in. So I didn't actually give this a title. We'll just call this one image test post. And our URL on that one is 89. That's fine. Not terribly concerned with that. I'm assuming Taylor is still in here. So let's just refresh real quick. Let's take a look and see what we got going on. And our template is doing something. I wonder if it's got anything to do with this code block. Taylor, are you still in this template? Are you still doing stuff? Let's see on the front end what we got. Oh, well, there's our, is that the 4 images from our select? Or is that the 4 that I just added? Dream of me and the oxygen rolling gear. Okay, so back to my books. Which 4 did I just select? So this is a different gallery. So we have like this baseball at 12:45 a.m. in Malaysia. Wow, you're dedicated, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Those are from the select. Okay, so you got it. That's the one that Taylor's been working on. So that's all 4. Did you change which books were selected on that other one? I'm gonna just edit real quick, and I can't actually see it, but all 4 of them show up on the front end. Yeah, I know I'm previewing a different, oh yeah, you're right. Let's go almost 2 a.m. for me, light work. Yeah, because yeah, you're way out there, dude. All right, I appreciate you, Taylor. I'm gonna jump back to that. I want to look at the gallery real quick because I was doing that while you were working on that. So MetaBox field is going to be our image advanced gallery, which is this ID, I'm assuming is what I pop in there. There it is, perfect. So it works just like the ACF gallery. So perfect. That works. Images per row, we could go like 3, and it just fits super nicely. You also have the same layout options, so you got grid. If you wanted to go 2 column count, we only chose 5 images, so it's kind of weird since it's an odd number, but that's fine. So yeah, that gallery works really well. And then I'm assuming with our other image field that we created, this is going to allow us to pull in the dynamic data for MetaBox field of single image. We'll just go with like a medium large size, and that pops in. Perfect. Okay, yeah, so essentially the same as ACF, all those dynamic things work for you properly. So I'm just going to switch over to this book, and I will refresh. I'll have to switch the previewing dropdown again, but that's okay. And let's see what Taylor managed to do. So switching here. So there is our code block. So, so Taylor added, I believe this is the lightbox. So this is a tutorial that he is working on in another capacity. So here's our select guy. Sweet, that makes it lightbox. So this lightbox is not actually a portion of the MetaBox, but you can see that script that he popped in here is Liddy, and that just makes basically any image have the lightbox functionality. So let me go back over here to our custom field groups, and I wanted to see what images we have actually. Oh, there's those 4. I'm getting myself confused. I wanted to see how many did we select on those books. So sorry if you were doing something in that field group, Taylor. I just stole it from you. I'm gonna steal this from you too, so I can actually see what we have selected. So all 4 are selected. So let's actually turn 2 of these off. So we're just gonna have this forest one and the sun one. And oh gosh, I set this one to required because I'm a clown. I'm gonna choose a different one. Let's go with this building with the grassy field. So publish that. So now we only have 2 of those images selected, which are those 2 in our select field. Refresh on the front end. Dope. Okay. That's awesome. That's really cool. So Taylor, thanks, dude. This actually, granted, I couldn't do it, so I'm not gonna say this is simple, but this is the code that he just used. Granted, if you're gonna use this, you would need to change the field ID. Just for all of you guys here in chat, I'm going to drop in that code. If you don't already follow Taylor, you know, across social, pay attention to his stuff. He does amazing work. So there is that code. I just dropped it in chat for you guys. Yeah, he just popped in also the Lightbox anything tutorial, which is what we were using for that Lightbox. So that's awesome. So, okay, so this adds the class image gallery. It looks for that, I'm assuming. And then that's what it makes the Lightbox out of. So can you add this image gallery class to basically anything? And then it works? Anything in this template, I'm assuming? So like if I go with this image, metabox, single image, medium, large. So there is that image with our house. We are going to reload. Oh, I didn't add the class. So you said it was image-gallery. So if I add the image-gallery class, then, oh, well, it makes it smaller because of the sizing that you set up, but that's just a single image field. It's not actually in that select field. So this should be Lightbox. That's dope, dude. So all credit to Taylor on that one. This comes from his Snippet Club tutorial. So check this out, snippetclub.com. There's that. Same link that he just shared, but that's actually really, really cool. I like that a lot. There's actually quite a few times that this would be super useful on like client sites or the permaslug site or whatever. There's all kinds of stuff. So, all right. There is a bonus at the bottom. Bottom of what? Oh, that tutorial? Want to lightbox anything, including videos, Google Maps URL. I wrote a quick short code that allows you to do that. So you can just make links, lightboxes. Well, I want to give a shout out to all of you guys that are still stuck around for this. We spent, I don't even know how long that just took us, way longer than I care to admit on all of that. So that's actually pretty cool though. This is the point of this stream, was to just kind of learn and test and just kind of see how everything goes. I am definitely going to be working on a collaboration video, so we'll sort out why that wasn't working on my end, and we'll keep rolling here with Metabox. So let's go look at some of the other fields that we have. So our custom fields, while I'm at it, the book fields, it says Taylor's in there. Well, will you go and make that so that it shows up all the time and it's not collapsed on load? We looked at the single image and the gallery. Let's go with, that's a good question. Same image or SRC set, that'd be great. I don't actually know. I'm assuming probably just same image. So we have custom HTML, date picker. Custom HTML is not all that useful because we can just use code blocks and dynamic data through Oxygen. Let's take a look at Google Maps. So you can pull in an address field. Marco says, we'll send you 2 licenses as free giveaway for time. Oh, that's nice of you, dude. Yeah, I don't know exactly how we will, I don't know how we will give those away. But we can work that out. Anybody that's watching the stream, let's see, can I create a poll somehow? Hold on one second. Let's do... Trying to think of some way to do this. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do relationship field, Taylor. Isn't there a front-end form? Is it views? I'm trying to think of a way to get people who are interested in the collaboration plugin license that without it just being a race. How about this? If you're watching the stream and you don't already have the collaboration plugin and you're interested in the 2 licenses that Marco just graciously sent me. What you can do is send me an email. Just send me an email at permaslug@gmail.com. And what I'll do is later on today, I'll pick a winner. So within the next, couple of hours, I'll pick a winner. So Andrew Tate says, off to swing heavy objects around my head. Have fun, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Send me an email at permaslug@gmail.com. Mention that you were on the stream and you're interested in the license. I'll have that open for the next hour. So anybody in the next hour that sends me an email, I'll just basically make a list and I'll do a randomized thing and I'll just pick 2 people and I'll email you back. So Marco, you can send me those license codes on Facebook or email or whatever, and I'll make sure to pass them out. So thank you very much for that. Jason says no front end form. That's okay. I was thinking I would do something with that to give away those licenses. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep the installation. So for this map, what I was curious about is how it returns the information in terms of whether it's address or your latitude and longitude like it does in ACF, because that's what the WP Grid Builder integration needs to show multiple map pins. So I wonder in MetaBox, in their documentation, let's see if there's a map thing. Fields. Yes, okay. So it does. Lat, long, and zoom. So that's pretty much the same exact thing I'm going to assume. So we're going to leave that alone for now. Well, let's try a relationship field. So just for the sake of clarity, because we have 2 different field groups going on here, I think I'm just going to stick to this one and probably delete the other one, but we can come back to it. So we're going to try a relationship field because I've had multiple people ask about that. Apparently it's not called relationship. What is it called? Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, I see that now. What is the relationship one called? Switch, time picker, jQuery UI. Oh, is that a... Oh, it's relationships. Oh, weird. Okay. I was looking for a field. Got it. So we're going to create a new relationship. We will call this one reciprocal. So our from is going to be post. Our post type will be from a book to a post. Or do we want it to a post from a book? From a book to a post is the way we're going to go. So empty message, let's just say nothing selected. Show as an admin column. Why not? After our author. Column title will be related. Okay, so then our to will just be post, empty message, nothing selected. We don't need to worry about that as an admin column. What meta box do we need? So our title, let's just leave this alone for now. Not sure exactly what these are going to be. So our field label, related posts, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what any of this stuff does. Maybe max items is going to be 3. Add another post we can do as our add more text. So we can publish this, I'm assuming. So let's go with books relationship is going to be our relationship name here. This just isn't quite familiar yet, so I'm not super sure what all of these fields do. So now, if we edit one of these books, where did it go? Oh, it's from a post to a book. Okay. So do you have to go to a post? Huh? What's going on here? Oh, it's over here in the sidebar. Oh. So I can do up to 3, right? Or how many, did I limit it? I thought I limited it. No? Did I not? I guess there is max items. I thought I chose 3. Maybe that doesn't do anything. Seems like it should. I can just add a bunch of them though. This will be fine. So that connects to those. And this is from our image test post. So we're going to go to this post right here, the QoS one. Errors, author is going to be me. And then date. Oh man, I don't want to do all this stuff. There we go. I shouldn't have set those to required. So our post was this one with the QoS in the front. And I guess it doesn't show up on this side, even though I selected it as reciprocal. I'm wondering why it wouldn't show that. I wish that it showed both of them. That'd be nice. Do you have to put something in the to field on this side as well? Oh, you have to duplicate it the other way? Got it. So I'd have to create another field. Ooh. Another member. Woo! Thanks, dude. Really appreciate you. That is member number 8. I hope you guys heard the sound on that. I didn't. That's weird. The thing is so small, the little overlay is so small that it doesn't even fit. Thank you very much, Ulpris. That's double. Really appreciate that. So now, from post to book. Yeah, it must have been because my desktop audio I turned down and that album finished. So let's switch over here. So we're gonna go with this other album. So play this guy. And then I think I'll probably need to use my volume mixer here to turn that down a bit. So I'm gonna turn this just ever so slightly down. Thanks, Marco. Appreciate that. We'll touch base on the collaboration plugin soon as well. Okay, so I want to refresh this real quick and make sure I didn't make a mistake. I was changing some fields here. So post type from books. Tobias! Yo! Whoop whoop! Welcome. Appreciate you guys joining. Super, super awesome. Just means so much to me. Thank you very much. Can you guys hear the music okay? It's pretty quiet, but I wanted to make sure. I heard the member join sound that time, so I think it's fine. Yeah, I know. Seriously, shout out to Luke. That's 2 for 1 person. That's amazing. Really appreciate that. So this relationship ID says books-relationship. So now let's go see what we can figure out in Oxygen. So we're going to refresh this template because we created this relationship field after. And we had to use an advanced query to get the relationship field in ACF to work. So I'm just going to, let's see, which post did we add that to? It was our image test post. Okay, so we're already on that. I don't want to delete Taylor's code block, so I'm going to move that out of the way. And I'll just stick that stuff in here for now. So I'm assuming we can just go with repeater. So we'll go query, advanced, edit. So I wish you could type in this because I know exactly what I want. I want post type, but I can't. Post type. Taylor! Thanks, dude. Really appreciate that. You rock, man. So Music Planet, that's funny. I find the music distracting. Post type is books, I believe. And then add parameter. All right, what if I turn that down? I just took the volume down a bit. This is new. I've asked about music before, nobody responded, so here we are. Mod coming in late. You guys are on fire. I turned the music down quite a bit. Okay, so the post type was books, I believe. I always forget. Yep, and then the post in was the other parameter, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head. So it was post in. The data was metabox field. Let's see. Relationship ID. So how would we do this now? I'm assuming we have to use the PHP return function. So it's not get field, right? It's something else. Whatever the metabox equivalent of that is. So let me go pull up documentation real quick. So where is relationship in their documentation, since it's not a oh, there it is, relationship. Side, so many things, basic usage. Terms to post. Okay, appreciate that feedback, guys. The music is something we can work on. So I'm just looking over here in the documentation, trying to find exactly how I would call that field. Because I want to do it in an oxygen repeater. Yeah, I see that shortcode, Mohammed, but that's not going to help us, right? Is it, I'm trying to see if anybody has input. So like in ACF, Jason says, I tried setting up a relationship the other way and it didn't show as reciprocal, so I'm not sure how to set it up that way without looking to, okay, thanks. In ACF, you can just go like get underscore field in the function return value right here. And then the function argument is the field name. But I don't think that works because that's an ACF thing, right? So what's up next? I'm trying to think here. Because you have to do it this way, right? Lee! Woo woo! Thanks, dude. Welcome to the party. Let's see, is that number 9? How many do we have now? I think that might be 10 total. Oh, RWMB underscore meta get field. Is that what it is? Or, yeah, subtrain! Jay Barrios! Woo! This is crazy. This is awesome. I thought everyone was gonna dip out when we were like off the rails earlier. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Let's see. And then the function name. Oh, I see what you're saying, Taylor. RWMB meta is the equivalent of get field. So then the function argument should be our relationship field name. Right? I just want to pop in a text element. We're going to go with our post titles. And once we can see something in there. So that query isn't exactly right. Let me go look real quick. I do this all the time. Go look at my own tutorial. Awesome, Jay Barrios, I appreciate that. Let's see, so relationship. Look at all those emojis, Taylor. Killing it, dog.
Me?
Gotta watch my own ad real quick, which is dope. All right, so into Oxygen we go in my video. So we go with the post type. Oh, dude, you missed everything. You missed me fumbling around for too long. Let's see, so it's, yeah, that's what I thought it was. So it's post type and post in. So unless I forgot something, which is totally possible, the subtrain is, it has left the station. The train has left the station. Okay. JB, okay, awesome. I'll have to check out your content. That's tight. Welcome to the Oxygen community. Hopefully everyone's not a cod. There are some people that are less than stellar, but most everybody in the Oxygen community is awesome. In a code block, we'll go with echo and RWMB meta. And then what is our thing again? Books relationship. Is that all I'm supposed to do, Taylor? RWMB meta books relationship. So there's something else we're missing, because nothing pops up in our code block there. So is there like a meta key? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, Taylor. I feel like that should work. You do hear music, yeah. So that's my brother's ambient music. Print our field name. WP query relationship. Where did you find that? Is that in the documentation? To make reciprocal relationships, add another parameter. Admin column, column position, config. Easiest thing might be to write a quick custom function with PHP return value. Yeah, isn't there already one? The functions that they're popping in here. If the chat had a code snippet ability, yeah, that would be pretty cool. So go Meatbox. Yeah, totally. To query for connected post, just pass another parameter relationship to WP query. So is that going to be, let's see, in our advanced, is it going to be like a meta query? I don't think it's an array. So there's get terms. We don't need get terms. Use the following code example. I'm just trying to figure out how to translate this. John says, gotta go, I'm afraid if you're able to look at the archive template showing only records with custom field in the future. That would be awesome. Yes, I forgot about that. We will keep that in line. Or in mind, I should say. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude, Kyle. I really appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Max says, to see what is returned, you could try print r WB field name true. So what if we go with that, and then our relationship is here, and then our field name is that, and nothing. Wait. Oh no, this is a singular template. I was thinking that was archive, but that's okay because it's connected to this specific post. So why doesn't the relationship field work in the same way? Yeah, I guess that's kind of true, Taylor. So do you have to then use a code block for this one as well? Are you not going to be able to use the repeater? That's kind of what it seems like. That's kind of disappointing. It's not going to work in the same way. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that, to be honest. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Sandro, I appreciate that. I'll turn it down even a little bit more for you. I'm enjoying it though. Did you try to add the line global post before, like in a code block? That's really disappointing because I want this to work the same way. It requires a relationship parameter in the query which advanced query doesn't allow. Yeah, that seems relatively apparent. Yeah, I wonder if they'll be able to do that. Maybe that's a benefit to the ACF relationship field being an actual field instead of like another component in the back end. So that's gonna be worth investigating for sure. Okay. So now another question I had that's unrelated to this is in ACF, can you make a repeater check an ACF date or the actual post date and only show stuff after a certain date? I haven't actually tried that. I'm assuming you can, but I haven't given that a shot because John, before he left, only showing posts with custom field date in future. That would be awesome because that's going to be like a compare to a date field versus the current, what I'm assuming would just be server time. So that would be interesting. I'm not 100% sure on that. Worth trying. Okay, let's go look at some of these other fields. So the relationship clearly will take some other fiddling. The settings page is. I'm not getting a massage. I'm trying to think. Okay. All right. Everybody can make your own music. Like an event site with only future events. Yeah, Taylor. So exactly. Like if you are if you're going to build a site where you want to show only events in the future, which I think would be a pretty common use case. That's kind of the idea there. I feel like it's possible. What I wanted to look at though is the settings page, which should be very similar to an ACF options page. But my thought is, how would we build that? Well, let's just name this theme settings. Yeah, I know it did get quiet quickly. You're right. Option name is get PHP code. Does it have it right there? Luke, we can probably arrange that. Your wife may not be happy, but so text domain, your text domain, we're going to call this one theme _ settings. Function name, your prefix function name. We're going to call this theme settings test. So then do you generate this and it gives you the code? Dope. Wait, so do you... pop this in code snippets. Where did our fields go? Wait, what? I clicked the get PHP code because I wanted to know what it was doing, and then all our stuff went away. Where did the fields go that we were working with? Oh, okay, here they are. Show menu after. There it is. So theme settings. So then we probably need to create some sort of group. So option name, let's call this one logo image. Oh, wait. Maybe we don't want to change that. No. Am I not adding fields here? So there's tabs. Oh, it's like ACF where you create the options and then you go create a custom field group. So we're going to say this will be our theme settings fields. So then is this going to apply to our settings page of theme settings? Got it. Okay. Magnus says, can you say something about why one might consider using Metabox instead of ACF? Well, one of the main things that people really liked is that they offer a lifetime deal, which ACF does not. I think there's also some stuff that we haven't explored quite yet that Metabox offers that ACF doesn't, some add-ons and stuff, but I've just been playing with the fields built into it today to kind of see where we're at. So the stream has been 2 hours so far, so we're going really good. We got a bunch of new members. I think we're up to 13 members now. So Taylor and Luke and Lee and Tobias and Luke again and JB, bunch of other people, Heinrich, everybody. I really appreciate you guys. So now we would create like an image field, single image. This one we would just call like our logo image. And then let's just say this one is required. And this is just like an ACF options page where once I publish this, I now have a logo image. So if I come into my theme settings, there is our logo image. You would just pick whatever your logo is, which we don't actually have one on here. But then you would save this guy. And then in your main Oxygen template, you would then pull in that field. Now, we had to use a, what do you call it? The PHP function return in Oxygen for ACF. So I'm assuming we do the same thing here. So let's go ahead and close out some of this stuff. We'll just call this one our main template. We'll go with pages as this Oxygen template and publish. Ham is asking about bidirectional relationships. We did play with the relationship field just a little bit ago, and it doesn't quite work with the, it doesn't work out of the box with the Oxygen repeater element with the advanced query like ACF does. So that's something that we'll have to look at in a future video. So now, if we went with our image, and then our data is going to almost certainly be the PHP function return value. I don't think Metabox is going to work. Maybe it will. It's interesting. I've never seen this before. Did you guys notice this? The Metabox field is blue. Is that to do with it's not actually a part of, like it's in its settings page? What do you guys make of that? If Elijah's still here, I wonder if he can touch on that. Why this field is blue. Oh, yeah, you're right, Andre. I forgot he said that. You can use the options pages natively now. So is that what this is? This is pulling in from the options page? So why didn't it pop up? It's just my little blank square there. Is it because I have a sample page? The blue ones is option stuff. Okay, cool. Well, still doesn't answer why the image doesn't pop in. Is there a return value? Why doesn't that work? Is there a return value option in ACF? ACF, Metabox, like there is in ACF, I should say. I think the single image does not work. At least it didn't for me. Try the normal image field. I did single image earlier, and it seemed to work. Let's just, for the sake of example, though, let's use, let's just use image. I think this one's the upload. No, it's not an SVG. Let's try to name this field logo image 2. And then publish this guy. Theme setting. Oh, where'd it go? Theme settings. This is our upload. Okay, so that's not what we want. I wish it was called image upload rather than just image. That's annoying. So it's image advanced. Isn't that what I did here? No. Image advanced field. Add media. Pop in the picture of the dunes. Save this. Go back to Oxygen. I'm assuming we need to refresh. And then we need to change our field here to our second one. So logo image 2. I'm going to ignore the size. Still no. I wonder if this is a 3.9 alpha issue or if there's something else I'm missing. It set as thumbnail on the back end. Why doesn't it work? Oh yeah, good call, Mohammed. I hope the I hope Marco and or Joshua is still here. Marco said he had to go, but if Joshua's still here, that's cool. Collaboration plugin's finally working. Sweet. Try text block. Good call. Text block. Insert. Metabox. Logo image 2. Image element, I'm assuming. Size will be medium. Insert. It seems like it wants to work. It's like it's almost there. Oh, JB, I meant the guy Joshua from the dPlugins dev team, but I'm glad you're still here. This will convert text element to shortcode. Oh, okay. So before I change it, check the front end. Is that what you're saying? No. Still doesn't work. It seems like it wants to pop it in though. It's like it's missing something. Maybe I don't want image element. I'm going to try the URL just because I want to know if it works. Why doesn't it work? Do I have to set image size? Yeah, it's not returning the URL. You're right. I don't know why that would be. So since I changed that, use shortcode. Is there an option for that? I don't see that. I wanted to refresh here and try again with that image field. With the Metabox logo image 2, and I set a size in the back end on that field group. No. Why doesn't that work? I think Elijah said this was an undocumented feature of the 3.9 alpha, so perhaps this isn't working yet. Hopefully this works, because that'd be really nice. I also need to go back and update the tutorial for the ACF thing as well. Okay, so we're going to move on from that. I'm not worried about. Yeah, okay. Taylor says it returns the image ID, but nothing else. So I guess you could do it in a code block then. In Oxygen, insert text field with dynamic data. There is shortcode for output via default MB formats. I don't know what you're talking about. That was on our text element. We had all those other options. I was trying to get back to what you're talking about, Mohammed. Use default output format. This will convert text element to shortcode. Got it. So that does work. Why would that make any difference? So then is the size restricted to what I set over here? And which one was that? So that's our logo image field is the blue one. So let me go back up here. The image size is thumbnail. There's no custom option. So do you have to register your own image size then? If I change this from thumbnail to large, then I wanted to go save, check on the front end. Why didn't it change the size here? Custom meta box content, use default output format, yes. Settings page equals theme settings, path, theme settings. Bummer. That's kind of clunky. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that. Because you don't configure the size. Some meta box fields require some code block data, and Elijah adds that function into output as default output. Can you change the size in Oxy Builder? Let's see. Well, it's going to change just the width of the shortcode and not the image itself. Taylor says, might have found a workaround. Let's hear it, dog. What you got? Let us see. Let us see what you have, Taylor. PHP return value. Okay. Function name. See, this is where we need the music. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Taylor. It would be a custom one. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm willing to try it. Since we're already here, I think the options pages are really cool, especially if you need to give people a the ability to edit things like that really commonly, like hours or, you know, hours I think would be probably one of the most frequently used ones. So I'm trying to think of what else we need to take a look at. I'm guessing we need to look at these other options. So front-end submission. So there is a front-end submission add-on, settings page add-on. What does that do? There's an actual plugin for settings page. Oh, maybe that just is if you don't have the pro option. Okay. Let's actually take a look at this while Taylor's doing his thing. Let's look at some of these other plugins that are attached to this. Maybe you want to try regular text on options pages in the meantime, social media URLs or something. Yeah, sure. I was going to look at some of these, but we can come back to that. So we have our first logo image working, so let's delete that. And that's a good thought, Andre. I definitely agree. Sorry, I have a question. Working on the checkbox at ACF only shows array. I think you have to change the return format, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just go with a text element. I won't do much here. I'm not going to set it as required. I'm not going to change any of these other options. Let's just go with a simple text field. And this is still in our options page. So we'll update this guy. In our theme settings, let's just say this is like Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Save. And let's delete the second one. We're going to delete this image field. We need to refresh real quick, I do believe. And hopefully this just works. Hopefully the text just pops in automatically. And if it does, that'll be dope. So text, ooh, I need that inside my thing here. Oh, come on now. There we go. So we're going to go to insert data, meta box, text. I should have named that something else, but that's fine. And there it is. Perfect. So yeah, that works. So I guess the more simple fields would work totally fine. And that text field is about as basic as it gets. Saves you one extra step having to use the return function value from before. So I guess that's okay. What else we got? What else could we put in here that would be applicable? I think I used the radio option before to show and hide something with conditions. That's actually something I want to try. Is using conditions, because you can do it with ACF. So I want to make sure you can do it with this. So let's go with a radio, and we are going to just label this show hours ? Our choices will be yes and no. Our text field here, we're going to change to hours. And then yes, no will be good. Probably makes sense to change this to required, and I will change this to inline to save us some vertical space. Update theme settings. Show hours, we are going to go with no. So save this. And then we will save this again and refresh. I forget how you do it in ACF. Maybe you have to use a code block. But now what I wanted to do with this is I'm going to show and hide this text block based on whether the condition matches yes or no. So our dynamic data, metabox field, show hours, return, let's see, it should be label, right? Value, I believe. Value. Insert is equal to yes. And let's change this to show hide based on condition. There we go. So I'll save this guy. And in our sample page, we shouldn't see that. And then if we go change our theme settings to show hours, then we should see it reappear. Cool. Okay, that works. That's something that's super handy. It's basic, but it's really cool that it ties into the conditions like that. There's actually quite a few cases where I've used that where people want certain things in a footer on some pages but not on other pages, and they need to be able to control it. So using those radio options in conjunction with condition can be super handy. Okay, so what else we got? Oh, Taylor's back at me. So is this for our images, Taylor? So let me switch back over here. So this goes back to, I believe, what we were working on with the image field. So then now am I going to use a custom function? Do you want me to put this function in code snippet, or am I just going to leave this in this spot. I think you would probably want to put this in a code snippet in a real scenario, right? Ooh, I need to change this to Dracula. Yes. It still says hello world. Did I not apply this? So stick this guy in code snippets, which I don't have. Code snippets. I should use some snippet manager for this stuff so I save it. Did you remove logo image field? I deleted one of them. I think it was the second one though. I'll go double check. Logo image, no, it's still there. So that should work, right? Taylor's code. So get field option is going to be rm media field setting options. So I got that added. So then do I still need that function right here? I'm assuming I can take it out. Let's try to delete this short code real quick just to double check. Oh, there might be some mistake here. Maybe I copied this in wrong. Yeah, I don't know. So it's pulling in stuff now. Echo value full URL. Yeah. See, like this is not a practical thing for most people. Yes, there are developers out there, and yes, there are going to be people that are like, just use a code block. It's like, but this is not the kind of thing that the vast majority of people are going to want to be doing. So but why would I do that? Yeah. See, like, I don't know. This just doesn't seem like the best like use case here, you know? I'm going to keep rolling. What else do we have here? Field set, image select. I wish I could see examples of all of these. I wonder if they're over here. Fields, field set text. Oh, okay. Comment out var dump. So it returns the URL. But then what? What else am I going to do here? What am I going to do with that URL? I need music. Hey, so quick sidetrack for all of you guys watching. First of all, thank you so much. We're coming up, what are we at now? 2.5 hours. We've done some stuff. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream so far. It's been kind of all over the place, which is just, I guess, par for the course in something like this that's not very well structured. But just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all of you that have joined. We have a bunch of new members. I think we're at like 14 now, which is amazing. So I very, very much appreciate all of you. At the very least, if you could drop a like on the stream, that'll help a lot. So I appreciate that very much. I was looking at the documentation. So the field set one is pretty cool. So this would be almost like list items. So like in Gravity Forms, you can create like multi-part lists where there's like 3 different fields. You can be like, you know, name, then it would be like marital status, you know, whatever, some other like line, and then you can add another person, etc. So that's cool. We have a heading field for structure in the back end. Image, upload, image select. We already looked at that. Number. So you can set a number field. Password, post, and radio check front end. Oh, okay. So what all do we have here? So we have a text element that is being hidden based on our condition. And then we have a code block, and that's it. So it worked for a second. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Back to these fields though. We have a radio option. We already looked at that in conjunction with conditions. Range field is pretty similar. So it's very similar to number. It just is a different UI. Okay. Select advanced has a search. We looked at that. What does sidebar do? The sidebar allows you to select one or more multiple sidebars. It has several settings which can be displayed. Okay, so you could add some items to your sidebar. That's cool. Need to refresh builder. I'll try it. I shall try it. And then if I need to apply this code again, still just gives me the full URL. Sidebar seems pretty cool. What does a slider do? Oh. Same thing. Switch. Okay, so circle and square switches. You saved, then refresh, which, oh, sorry. I forgot you had access to this site. I apologize. Okay. Got it. So what do we have going on here? You have an image, and then is this a data PHP function? The function equals TCT global, and then the arguments is logo, image, theme, settings, full URL. Okay, got it. So we basically registered that custom function in code snippets a little bit ago, and now you added those arguments to the PHP function return value. That function name was TCT global, and then the function arguments was the last part of it. But that is an image with dynamic data from global options using PHP return value. Sweet. Thanks, dude. Yeah, that's viable. I think for somebody that uses MetaBox, that would be perfect. So it's definitely interesting. I don't know that I like that as much. It just doesn't seem as easy. Yeah, I don't know. Switch is pretty simple. Taxonomy, we already looked at that. So text list, those are all pretty self-explanatory. Time, you have some time sliders. User, what does user do? Allows you to select one or more users. Video, pretty self-explanatory. HTML video, and a WYSIWYG editor. Okay. We didn't look at the color one. I'm assuming that's pretty much the same thing. And I'm pretty sure it's possible to change the background color of a section or a div with the ACF color picker. So I would imagine in one way or another, it's probably possible with MetaBox as well. So here's a background. Just kind of looking through these to see if there's anything else that we need to take a look at. I'm not seeing much, honestly. Date and date time. Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys. So for those of you guys still watching, what do you think about MetaBox so far. I know what we've done today has been a little bit all over the place. It's kind of been a bit hectic, but this is just me playing with it to figure it out and try to get a handle on it. Now, all of us, I feel like, are familiar with ACF, especially if you watch my videos or if you use it personally. So I'm curious what you guys think as far as how it compares. If you don't already have ACF, will you use MetaBox? Will you use ACF? What do you guys think? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I think it's up in the air. I bet the integration is probably going to get better, but I agree, Luke. It has a lot of snags and not sold on it. Yeah, I think there's probably other things that would be cool. Like, what are the extensions that we possibly haven't taken a look at? There's an ACF migration tool. Admin columns is cool. User profile. Taylor says, I think the way ACF is written is better. The things you have to do to jump around and over stuff and not having return values isn't as good. I agree. I think that return value is critical for Oxygen. Toby says, looks like it has potential and started my first project with MetaBox and Grid Builder. Yeah, I agree. I think it has potential. I don't think it's a bad plugin by any means. I personally, at this point, think I would continue to use ACF for two reasons. First of all, I'm more comfortable with it. And especially in client projects, I don't have time at this point to be fumbling around with MetaBox because I'm just not as familiar with it. But also, it feels like there's still room for improvement in the Oxygen kind of integration aspect. Taylor says, I also prefer the less add-ons approach. I hate plugins that split everything into 25 smaller add-on plugins. I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah. It's a little thing, but it's not as clean. MetaBox feels still new and is for advanced users, says Sahil. I agree. Yep. Conditional logic. MetaBox builder. Drag and drop your custom fields into place without a single line of code. What does that do? Take the PHP and run. Okay, so maybe that would write the code for you? Is this a free add-on? So it says it's $49. MetaBox Builder. Let me download this. Let's see. Upload plugin, MetaBox Builder. Let's toss this on real quick and see what happens. So activate. So now there should be a get PHP option. So get PHP code, your text domain. I'm just going to copy this. Copy the code and paste into your themes functions.php. Oh, that doesn't really help us. That's not what I want. No. Okay, that's not what I was expecting it to be. So never mind. That is not what I thought it was going to be. I figured it would be kind of the savior to this whole thing. Not sure about advanced users. You could probably do the same thing with ACF, maybe more, especially with ACF Extended. Yeah, ACF Extended is pretty incredible. The amount of stuff you can do with the free version of that plugin is insane. And the front-end forms component is really cool. We've used that on stream before and actually had people submit posts to it, which is awesome. Too much time spent learning ACF to transition just yet. I completely agree. I think that I think if you're hung up on having a lifetime deal, MetaBox is totally viable. But so far, my opinion is that ACF is probably the one to stick with, if I'm totally honest. Even though it's more expensive. Well, I don't know if it's more expensive, actually. Let's look at that. So advanced custom. Oh, my Lord have mercy. I turned my keyboard and I can't actually see. So Advanced Custom Fields Pro, view pricing. So the LTD of MetaBox is $500 and it says worth $22.50. I don't know about all that. The agency one, unlimited websites, is $249 a year. So you basically need ACF for 2 full years to pay for the LTD of MetaBox. And my opinion is if you need the LTD, hopefully you're making enough money with your client work or with other projects of your own where you can pay that $250 a year. But also, if you can pay $500, you can probably pay $250 a year for 2 years, don't you think? So, I don't know. Jason says, I like MetaBox. It can always be improved. I don't have ACF LTD, so I'll go with MetaBox long term. Yeah. I think I have a different opinion on lifetime deals than most people. There's so many people that get hung up on not having LTDs, which I understand. But at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of the cost of doing business. You need a suite of tools that are just going to make your life easier, empower you to do more. And for me, for so long, ACF has been one of the most critical components in my toolbox, in my arsenal. So I am a little, slightly out of touch in that way because I have the LTD. But I also don't think if I came along now and I saw some of this stuff that ACF can do, I don't think I would hesitate to buy the $249 a year, especially as I now see MetaBox a little bit more. And again, it's not to say MetaBox is bad. It's perfectly capable, obviously. And Oxygen clearly sees that demand too, because they wouldn't have spent the time to build the integration. So yeah, that's where everything sits right now. So what are we at now? 2 hours 40. So thank you guys very much. All of you guys that have joined, I want to just personally thank every single one of you. It's been really awesome. Hopefully you guys haven't, I'll switch back over here to MetaBox to close the stream out. Hopefully you guys haven't, hated this stream. It was very much exploratory, and I hope you guys got something out of it. It seemed cool. So let me know your thoughts. We don't have to close out the stream just yet. I want to know what you guys have to say and what you think before we tear out of here. We got, according to YouTube, it says we got 7 new members, which brings our total to 13 or 12. Yeah, 12, 13, 12, something like that. Kay, thank you so much. Taylor, thank you very much for your help. And thank you guys for joining as members. It just means the world to me. It's really, really incredible. And I wasn't even sure. I've had access to the YouTube memberships for like 6 months now, but I never turned them on because I didn't think that people would be interested in it, but they absolutely are. Taylor says, might just move away from WordPress into Webflow. No, probably not. Thank you, everybody. Luke, hope you sleep good. I know it's super late for you, so thank you for hanging out. Max and Jason, thank you guys. Good to see you, everybody. And I'm sure we will see everybody in a future stream. I'm thinking about doing something on Friday, so make sure you guys stick around for that. And it's going to be not a build stream or anything like that. It'll be different. So let's see what happens. Anyway, thank you guys again. I'm going to end the stream here. Bye-bye for now.